Hello there. Thank you very much, Rostiswa, for this introduction. So you should all see my screen.
Yes.
By the way, so Teams are working fine. Yes, most of the services seems to be working fine, but I'm having little trouble with Outlook and, for example, demo environment access. But yeah, we will figure it out. What's to do. Anyway, let's start it. So we'll talk about unlocking data intelligence, and maybe just one word before we started. Just yesterday at Quest, we announced a little bit of rebranding, and this is why you see a completely new Quest logo. So it used to be orange before, now it's all blue. You see it in the right bottom corner. And I just recently applied this new template. So you will see this new logo everywhere. I will not focus on agenda. I think Rostislav already covered that. So let's start from the need for data governance, because I think you hear it everywhere. Yes, that it's actually a very hot topic. And so I will just give you my view on who and what is actually driving it. So I think we will start, of course, from the three V's. Yes, so velocity, volume, variety of the data. Yes, so that's for sure. I mean, it's been with us for a while, but it's, every year is actually all of these three aspects actually increase every year. Yes, so there is a strong demand coming from that as well. Of course, complexity of IT systems, of IT ecosystems, yes, but then there's this AI buzzword is used everywhere, but of course it's something what heavily drives, maybe it's actually currently the biggest driver for all of the data governance initiative. Yes, is the AI modeling. Yes, AI models. Yes, which pushes us. Yes, which pushes all of the data delivery teams within an organization to think about data governance. Yes, about the right structuring. Yes, in applying some processes. Yes, to govern the data set. Yes, just to make sure that the outcomes of all of the AI initiative will be good. Yes, we'll of course talk about that more today. Then compliance, yes, like DORA, NIS2, yes, of course GDPR, but yes, there's lots of hassle with compliance, which I've seen over last year, for example. Yes, so this is strongly pushing our customers in the direction of data governance initiatives as well. Automation, yes. So we want to have as much automation as possible. Of course, automation applies the standardization. Yes, you cannot automate if you don't have any kind of standardization reusage process. Yes, which enabled, or if you want to automate something, from the automation engine point of view, this automation will probably repeat something. It will be based on repeating similar tasks. Yes? So this task, or whatever you want to actually perform, this activity will need to be standardized. Yes, and then self-service. So our end users will like to govern the data, the catalog items which they have, of course, in a self-service mode. And then for our customers, they would like to have, a shared data ecosystem. Yes, so they would like to share data not only internally, but for example, with external data providers, because we really, what we are talking about is it's about data mesh, not only from technical architecture but as well from the it's coming from the fact that we see different teams, yes, localized in different time zones, yes, performing different activities, yes, being responsible for different aspects of the business, yes. So this is like, let's say, a data mesh architecture which needs to be supported. From all of these, I think the AI is probably our biggest concern, really our biggest driver recently. So what I did, I actually used ChatGPT yesterday to show me some outcome in terms of AI spending cost structure. Yes? So I wanted to understand what is the typical AI spending cost structure. And of course, the ChatGPT said to me that it's a very complex aspect, yes, that there is a, it's widely depending on the project scope, on the complexity, on the chosen implementation approach. You can actually see it here. But still, the same ChatGPT solution said that despite the complexity of this question, yes, and the nature of the answer, there are some key components of this AI spending costs. For example, it started from data acquisition and data preparation, yes, and then AI estimated that it's something what impacts the project cost by 20%. Yes, so 20% of the project cost is usually spent on data acquisition or on data preparation aspects. And then, of course, it means collecting, cleaning, labeling, and so on and so on. Then there is this algorithm development and customization. Oh, yes, of course, the AI models needs to be developed. Yes, they need to be kept, they need to be designed, yes, they need to be fine-tuned, yes, they need to be built, yes, to address specific business requirements, yes. So this is, let's say, 25% of the cost. Then there is infrastructure cost, yes. So for some people, when you talk about AI, they usually see GPU cards, yes, and this is what they think an AI is, but it's not really like that. Yes, so that's really one of the costs. And interestingly, it's not even the highest cost. Yes, so according to this ChatGPT solution, infrastructure cost is, let's say, 15% of the total project cost. Yes, so it's not even the biggest driver here. Yes, then integration with existing systems, that's, let's say, another 20%. Yes, of course, the AI models, they need to integrate with what customer already has. Yes, then they need to be maintained, updated. Yes, the model needs to be refreshed. Yes, new data asset, fresh data sets needs to be fed to the model. Yes, so the model will be kept up to date, because the history, of course, which the historical data which we have to train the model is actually changed. Yes, maybe it was trained a week ago or a month ago. Yes, and now, but every day is if we don't refresh it, it will be become really not up to date. Yes, so we need to keep working on that. Yes, and that's probably around 20% of the cost. And then there is this talent acquisition and development. Of course, you need to hire trained AI specialists, yes, data scientists, yes, machine learning engineers, and the salaries, especially if they are like top ones, yes, and the salaries for these people can get quite high. So this is the like an introduction I wanted to do for you, and now we will jump to another part of the presentation. I will go. We will come back to this AI cost spending structure, and I will handle it in the summary slide just to show you how we can impact this spending. Yes, so let's jump into Erwin data intelligence, data governance solution. So what we have within Quest is we have Erwin product portfolio. So this is where you will see data modeling, data catalog. So that's data modeling is for, let's say, logical conceptual modeling. Data catalog is where you will see a technical metadata catalog. Yes, then you have data literacy, where we will be more talking about really the understanding of the data. Yes, by using, for example, business glossary, yes, applying business rules, business policies. Then, of course, understanding data lineage is another aspect, yes, to see the flows. And then the data quality to measure, score, eventually remediate, yes, all of the data issues. Now, for all of these different assets, yes, which Erwin will store, of course, there needs to be a very nice marketplace. It's like a solution, of course, a web-based solution where you will be browsing, searching, maybe comparing different assets together, and then to support, for example, end-to-end data lineages, to support enterprise level cataloging solutions or data governance solutions. Of course, we need to have a very strong connector ecosystem, yes, which will be able, for example, to discover the catalog regardless of the architecture which is there, yes, to discover end-to-end data lineage, not just a subset of that, yes, not just a small part, but discover it end-to-end, and so on and so on. So these connectors, of course, needs to be kept up to date, and with every new version, we have new common connectors onboarded into this platform. So just one more slide for each of these solutions. So one for data modeler. If you're not aware of a data modeler yet, I just want to let you know that it's actually an industry standard. So it's 30 years of maturity and experience. And of course, with this maturity, this experience from the field, you will see all of the features related to, for example, work group, collaboration, reusability, yes, enterprise modeling compliance, enterprise glossary feature, naming standards automation, yes, by using, for example, as well the data domains, subject areas, and so on and so on. So this is where whenever we talk about data modeling, in most of the cases, we will have Erwin data modeler solution in mind, is because it's something what is currently an industry standard, is something what will address all of the needs of not only mid-market organizations, but it will, of course, needs to address enterprise organizations as well. And then one more word on the data intelligence. Yes? So what we are talking about is in terms of the features available. So thinking about data stewardship, yes, it's about curation, classification, governance, data visibility, where we talk about data lineage, impact analysis, architecture, yes, data literacy, yes, this is where we speak about discovery, about navigation, again, about self-service, creating data communities, data quality with KPIs, metrics, profiling, and remediation steps, yes. Data compliance, for example, to do sensitive data tagging, to address regulatory compliance, and provide input to an audit, yes, which our clients might currently face. Yes, so this is where and this platform is very, very helpful. And then last one is, of course, data pipeline optimization. And this is where we talk about data modeling, automation, and data preparation. Okay, so now we will jump into the use cases. And from what I see, our environment is up again, which is a very good news. So let me just show you that. I will just quickly check if everything is working. Yes, so I will share my screen. Maybe just a word. So what kind of use cases I will be covering today? There's several of them. I will do it in a form of a demo. Yes, I don't want to spend too much time on the slide deck. There is around 10 of them, and we will basically cover them in this demo session. So let me share my screen again. You should see my screen. I hope it's visible. Okay, so what's do you see? It's a web portal for data intelligence solution. Of course, on the left pane, yes, in the, let's say there are different features, yes, different aspects of the platform. We talk about some of them. Yes, I was trying to give you an overview of some of the features which you actually have. But we will start from the discover screen, yes, because the first use case we want to cover is a very simple one. So really the use case is, where is my customer data? And so let's say I'm maybe a new employee in an organization. Maybe I don't. Maybe I was moved to a sales team. I want to understand, where is my customer data? Yes, I don't want to ask everyone around, or maybe make 10 different onboarding sessions to understand this simple fact. I want to have a self-service solution which will give me this opportunity. So what I see all of the different assets, yes, on the screen. Asset types, actually, because all of these assets are grouped in different types. So if you think about total number of assets, there will be probably 400,000 of them, yes? But of course, they're grouped into different asset families, yes? So you will see some technical metadata catalog, yes, maybe you will see some IT systems, environments, tables, columns, but you will see some business-related assets like business terms, business policies, business rules, yes? The idea is that you want to store the both technical catalog and business catalog in the same solution, and I will show you why. Yes, what is the benefit really of using it. On the other hand, you will see some other asset types, for example, AI modules, yes, AI risk policies, yes, maybe business reports, yes, maybe data quality measures, yes, if you have data quality onboarded. So this asset type list is something that you can customize as well. Yes? So you can onboard new asset types within this tool. There is a wizard to do it. Yes. So if you have a need to onboard a new asset type, of course you can do it as well. Yes. So let's think about my customer data. So what I want to search for in that case, let's say again, I'm a business user. I don't want to focus too much on the tables. Of course, I could search probably for a customer table, but I want really to search for a data set. Yeah? So let's say we have a data set. I can browse for that. So if I choose data sets, of course, I have some summary screen showing me its summary for all of the data sets which I have. including maybe the data value score, user rating, is maybe sensitivity of these data sets. But let's browse to a specific data set, and I want to search for customer. Yes, and what I usually will get in bigger ecosystems is that when I search for anything, I will probably see multiple different assets. Yes, that's normal because you will see customer data in your transactional systems. Yes, customer data in your data warehouses, in your data lakes, yes. Of course, some kind of customer related BI reports in your reporting layers. Yes? So you will see really customer uh, data everywhere. So this is why we have additional set of properties, which will allow you, for example, to make a quick decision on which data is actually good for me. So which data set should I focus on? Yes. So this is why you will see, of course, user rating. Yes. So you as an end user, you can really rate the data, the assets which you see, but of course you will see a value score as well. Yes, this value score will be automatically calculated for you by the platform. Yeah, so this is something extremely useful because you don't want to, dig around is to understand all of these different, sometimes very complex aspects. Yes, ideally you want to have a platform which will do this rating for you automatically. Yes, and this is what's Erwin does. So what I see here is, for example, customer dataset in customer operations catalog. Yes, and I see it's gold, so maybe it's good. Yes, so let me make my screen a little bit bigger. So what I can do, I can click on this asset. Of course, I will see lots of different attributes. Yes, related to definition, description, associations, yes, tax, classification. You will see different people assigned to this asset, and so on and so on. Still, is this the data which I'm looking for? Yes, maybe it is. But how you can know it? You can, for example, go to a mind map and see how this data set is actually linked to your technical metadata, or how is it linked to your business rules in your company. Yes, and this is actually what's happened. So we started from a data set. Data set is like, let's say, a logical representation of your data. It can group different technical tables as you see here together. So this is why you will see Northwind as an IT system, EDW PRD as an environment, and then you will see different, of course, technical tables which will have different data quality scoring, which are either sensitive or not sensitive. So this is why you see this locker icon. Yes, and this is how you can easily navigate through, a usually very complex ecosystem. Yes, having a lot of different technical assets, yes, technical aspects, yes, in your organization. But on the other hand, you will see a lot of business related assets, yes, including, for example, business terms or business rules. This is just an example. We will see much more advanced mind map as well, but I just want to give you an overview on, how you can look at that. Now, you might think, okay, but there is so many of them. Which one I really want to focus on? Why not to compare them? Yeah. So what we can do, we can click on compare, and in this case, the assets which we have. So let's focus on the gold ones, yes, because we see 3 different gold assets. Let's actually compare them, yes, because it's very tough to take a decision which or one of these data sets is actually the best for me. So this is why you have this comparison screen. So you can work really like in a mature e-commerce platform. where you can compare different products, different assets together, yes, to understand all of the aspects, including, of course, the user rating, but not only the user rating, is including the value scores, yes, including all of the relevant properties, yes, maybe the tax, of course, definition, you name it. I mean, the list of fields which you see it is usually, I mean, there's some standard fields which are predefined where when we will be installing and configuring this platform for you. But of course, all of that can be extended and customized to your needs, yes. And maybe based on that, it's, maybe you will immediately make a decision that you want to go for this customer under customer operations catalog, yes, because you see that there is a very nice definition, there is a very good description and other aspects which, maybe for the sake of this scenario will make you happy. So now let's go to this data set. So we will go to customer from customer operations. So let's say we are happy with this data set, yes. So what we want to do, we want to get access to that, yes. We want to use this data set. Of course, we see all of the related information of this data set from a business point of view. Again, this is a business view for now. I will show you like a technical views later on. So what you can do, so you see some governance responsibilities, yes? So you will know who is a data owner, who is a data steward. So let's say this Amy Clark is a data owner. Maybe I can send an email to her asking about access to this data set. But this will be really silly, yes, because of course I could do it. Yes, I have even a mobile phone, yes, I have an email address. I could send an email, but why I want to do it is why I want to do it. Really, if at the same time I have a nice workflow under the hood, so I can really click on request access. And when I request access, yes, this means a new task will be created. Under the hood, of course, there will be a workflow, yes, to address all of the related steps, which at the end will ensure that I will get access to this specific data set. What, of course, will happen is if I create this task, I will see that Amy Clark, yes, will be really assigned to this task, so she can give me an access, yes. So that's, there is a workflow. Of course, I can justify my reason for access, yes, I can provide some other comments. Of course, this workflow, yes, it's something what can be customized as well, what can be integrated with your existing ticketing systems, with customer existing ticketing systems. And then just to give you an overview, of course, for all of the tasks which I created, of course, there will be an entry under my action center, and then let's say I'm an Amy Clark. So that means that I will see this task which will be created as something assigned to me, so I can give an approval. Now, let's say I'm Amy Clark and I didn't get a full visibility on the justification. Let's say I don't like the business reason, yes, but I want to approve something. So in that case, what I can do, I can chat. So I have, of course, this chat option. So I can chat with all of the relevant tasks, all of the relevant people who are assigned to this task, yes, of course, including the owner of this task, is the creator of this task, is maybe to ask to provide more details or more justification. Yes, so we have all of these workflows actually covered in the platform. We have a workflow manager as well. When we are setting it up initially, You will see several standard workflows created, but these workflows, of course, can be customized and new workflows. There is a wizard actually to add new workflows as well into this platform. So let's maybe step into technical, a little bit more about technical metadata. So this discover asset screen is more like a view for everyone. Yes, it's more like a discovery. But let's think about specific tables for a minute, because, for example, we were talking about customer data and sales data, as you name it. I just want to give you an overview. And let's say I want to get more information on the quality of that. So let's say, again, I will search for customer. I will go to I will go to the tables for now. Yes. So let's say I think I saw DBO customers. So I will jump into this technical metadata catalog. So I'm still, of course, I still have this business view, yes, but I can go and click on update. And if I have enough privileges, I will see the technical metadata catalog in here. So I was moved to the metadata manager. Yes, it's more like a technical view on this specific metadata, on this specific customers table. Of course, I will see some information around all of the attributes related, data quality score for them. Yes, we will talk a little bit about data quality later. We will see all of the related definitions as well. If there is a logical layer included, we will see this logical layer. We, of course, see the sensitive data indication. Yes, this is where we can, for example, if I go on the environment level, this is where I can, of course, see the ER diagram as well. Yes, which I have based on the relationship between different tables in here. So you can ask, how good is my data? So this is why I see this scoring, yes. And then, of course, when I go on specific attributes, so the scoring is actually something what is calculated on either column or table level. And then, of course, the measures which are assigned is something what you can always look at more closely. If you're interested, I can, of course, do a more deep dive to the data quality part of this system. Really what you see is the scoring, but then you can always dig more. So yes, so if you click on specific attribute, you will be redirected to this data quality module, and this is where you will see all of the related measures, is because in here you actually see the scoring. What's, because you just wanted to see the value. So now let's focus, by the way, maybe, of course, for all of the different asset types, yes, you can do a technical explore. You can explore of them from technical point of view. Yes, so this is what this is what we saw a minute ago. But then, of course, you will see some dashboards as well. Yes, where you can jump in and do whatever you want. Yes, so you can drill down, yes, more, move around different, of course, technical metadata, or maybe you want to search for specific columns, yes, technical columns. You have all of those features available in here. So it's more like a view for technical users. Yes. So now let's go back to this cover screen. And let's focus a little bit on the AI modules. So I will AI models. Oh, I'm sorry. So let's focus on AI models. So what I will do, I will choose AI models box. And then, of course, for AI models, you will see some data value score, some maturity level, some end user rating, as you can always browse. And then you see all of these different aspects of the AI models which we have in this ecosystem. And of course, again, you can compare this. You can focus on the maybe on the expert maturity, mature ones only. You will have this AI certification feature included, yes, where you will see our 7 steps approach, and actually the implementation of our 7 steps approach. So this is what you will get access to. But maybe the question is on, you want to answer a question, for example, how good is my AI module? Yes, a model, I'm sorry. So let's say we go to customer segmentation, and we will go to a mind map, yes? And from this mind map, for example, again, it's a simple one. We will see AI model in the middle, and you will see the technical metadata on the left side. So you will see all of the objects which actually are feeding this model, yes, which were used to create the model, yes. For example, of course, it will have some customer sales data. This is because of its customer segmentation. So, of course, there will be customer data, sales data, uses maybe customer churn data model, and of course, you will have some business policies around it, tax around it, and so on and so on. And so you immediately know, which data sets, which technical tables are actually used to feed your customer segmentation module. And of course, again, you can request access. Yes, you can do many different things around it. Now let's go to something else. So let's go back to my table, and I will show you one more use case. So let's say we have a DBO customers table. Of course, we saw this mind map, but maybe we want to understand how is our customer table populated, yes, how the data flies around. So in that case, I click on the data lineage, and this is where I see on the left side all of the upstream objects, all of the upstream IT systems. So you see some Kafka platform, you see some third-party flat files, you see an ERP environment, yes, which is feeding my DBO customers tables. You see some ETL services as well. So this is a SQL Server integration service. And look how nicely it is designed. I can show you that. So look, you have a deep dive where you actually see how this data set, how the specific attributes flies around, not only between different systems, but within a single system as well, yes, if there are multiple steps involved. Of course, you can always, get a view on a specific column as well, yes, to understand where is actually used, yes, where is the data coming from for this specific column. What is very nice as well, so let's think about the data modeling aspect for a minute. So let's say we discovered the technical metadata in here. So this is an SAP environment, and we have some very technical names used for this SAP environment. Now, assuming that we are using data modeler, we should get a logical view on that level. So to do that, what we do, we switch on the business properties, we switch to the logical name, And then again, this is where the Erwin data modeler information you can see it. So you don't rely anymore on this technical physical metadata. You want to focus on the business meaning of on that, yes. And this is where you connect and you see the logical layer of that. You can drill down even more to the logical layer. So for that case, I will actually show you the data modeling solution. And this is where, let's say we have a Northwind model. So on this level, we can basically do a deep dive to the model. You saw a similar ER diagram before, but it was very high level. In this one, you can really focus on the modeling aspect, yes, and maybe you want to search for a category ideas. Maybe you want to understand what are the data domains used in this diagram. Maybe you want to understand all of the tables used, yes, all of the views, yes. So you get this layer, this technical layer, yes. So you have all of the aspects of your model into this module, where you can of course see the related schemas, the related maybe store procedures, yes, on the database level, and you can of course switch between different views, yes, and browse it and search for that as well, yes. So this is the view which you will get from Erwin data modeler. And now maybe one more thing, one more use case. So let's say I have customers data, and now I want to focus on the business terms. So I want to understand, first of all, where are my customer business terms. So let's say I go to this one. So this is a customer business term. Yes, again, it's a discovery screen, so you will see it high level. But maybe you want to understand how your customer data is actually represented in the IT systems. So you go into the mind map, you can of course extend it. It's actually, this one is a little bit complex, but probably in for most of our customers, you will, all of these diagrams will be a little bit complex, but what you can see immediately in here. So you see there is this customer business term in the middle, and you see associations to your technical metadata and to your business catalog as well. Yes? So technical catalog, business catalog. So you can know how your customer data is actually represented, is actually stored in the IT systems, yes? And you see, for example, all of the key attributes as well, yes? So what are the key attributes to my customer business? Yes, of course, contact name, contact title, customer address, customer ID. You see immediately the sensitivity, of course, the data quality, if the data quality module is enabled. So you see all of that, yes? So this is really the view which links business and technical people together, yes? Business catalog and technical catalog, yes? And regardless of the role which you play in the organization, you will be able to, to identify all of these associations, yes, between different assets, yes, different components, and you can always drill down. So let's say there is this EDWPRD environment, or let's say there's this contact name column. Yes, you can always drill down to get click on that, get more information, yes, understand the mind map, lineage. We didn't talk about impact analysis, but you have all of those different options, yes, and you can move around the screen easily, yes, to understand that, and really to answer the questions which you will have. Now, speaking about the questions. Do you have any of them already? Are there any questions? Let me see if we have anything.
Anything in the chat?
Okay, okay, so I can answer one. You might be asking, for example, on what kind of AI modules we currently have, because you might know that of course, we invest heavily in AI, and I will quickly show you something. So for example, let's go back to the demo session. Under data literacy, there is an AI match module. Actually, let's start from something else. You might be thinking, okay, this is a very nice diagram, but how it was created? Yeah. Of course, you can do it manually. So let's say this is a customer business term, yes, you can manually associate these related assets, yes. You can populate this information manually. But then in bigger ecosystem, it doesn't make sense, yes. You want to have an automation around that. So this is why many years ago, we added our first AI module into this platform. It's called AI Match. So what AI Match is doing is automatically, it's actually have two working modes. So first of all, I can show you that. So let's say I choose a catalog or customer operations. So it has two features. So AI Match can basically discover attributes for associations or suggest sensitive data indication. We didn't talk about actually this use case, but maybe you saw this locker icon is this data sensitivity classification can be done automatically as well. And the association between business assets and technical assets can be automated as well. So this was the first AI module we introduced years back. And of course, recently, we were investing a lot. For example, what you will see in this screen is a Erwin AI bot as well. So you see this icon, and when you click on that, you will have a chatbot. And this chatbot will give you, it will give you some use cases which are already enabling this environment. For example, it can identify business terms without definition, and it can suggest the definition for them, or similarly, it can suggest classification. So there are some basic use cases which we already have, which we already implemented by using AI modules. On the other hand, thinking about data quality, we already have, with the most recent version of data quality module, we already have a Gen AI feature there to actually automatically suggest and populate the data quality measures in Erwin Data Intelligence. Not sure if we have anything else, probably not. So I will jump quickly into summary. So at the beginning of this session, we were talking about AI spending cost structure. And I want to show you, based on what we said in this session, how much impact, positive impact, you get when cooperating with us when using the solutions from Quest and Erwin. For example, thinking about data acquisition and preparation, yes. If you read that, data collection, data cleaning, labeling, isn't it exactly what you saw in the demo? Yes, so it's actually, data quality scoring, collecting, cataloging, yes. This is one-to-one what I was just showing you in this demo session. It's a core Erwin feature, yes? Then similarly, from the algorithm development customization, maybe I was not focusing on that too much in this demo session, but when we are implementing an erwin platform, we follow a data product approach. So we are focusing on specific use cases by structuring the products in the. Yes, there is a question. Hello, there is a question. Yeah.
Microphone probably.
Was it in the chat? I don't see it.
Okay. She's probably muted.
Okay, let's go further. If
Continue.
if you can speak up, please go. So we follow the data product development approach, yes, and this of course includes shaping up the relevant AI modules for specific data sets. Now, infrastructure costs. I was trying to tell you that infrastructure is not the biggest driver for AI spending, surprisingly. Yes, it's not. It's actually maybe an aspect number 3 or 4. But still, if you enable AI model certification governance, yes, so the maturity, if you apply this, if you enable erwin and we automatically apply the 7 steps approach for AI model certification, that basically means that you will never be feeding your AI models with crap data, yes, because you will always be able to certify the data and the models together with the models which you are developing. Integration with existing systems, yes. So this is where I was showing you the data lineage. Of course, there is the impact analysis feature. I think we will not have time to show you that today, but it's actually, this integration is something what you can easily see, what you can easily discover, and you can easily assess the impact of the changes which you are doing, how the changes which we are doing to your AI models will impact the underlying AI BI reporting layer. So this is, for an example question which you can answer with erwin. Again, ongoing maintenance, updates, model retraining. Yes, you need to keep your models up to date. That means you need to measure, of course, the data quality of the underlying data set. Again, it's part of our AI model certification process. And then the last one is talent acquisition and development. Of course, erwin is not a hiring platform. Yes, it's not a platform to find when you're looking for a new job. But let's say you are stepping in, you're hired by a big organization which has already erwin enabled, yes, and implemented. Wouldn't it be much easier to pass the onboarding process, yes, which is usually very complex, yes, and not straightforward, because you can answer all of the questions, all of the use cases which we were talking about today, is you can very easily answer the questions, simple questions, more complex questions, yes, on your data landscape, AI models, yes. Or what's data do you use for AI models XYZ? Yes, what is the data quality, or what is the value of that? These answers are heavily impacting the onboarding process for any person, any resource which you onboard into your organization. And so this is again a very positive impact when you are thinking about AI, investing in AI related initiatives.
Thank you, David. Thank you for the nice presentation today. As for the next steps after the webinar, we will